Hi everyone, and welcome to today's yoga session. So this session will be a yin yoga session. So it's designed to open up our bodies by stretching our hamstrings, our hips, our lower back, and our shoulders, and also to target the meridian lines. So the meridian lines are connected to the organs, and by doing these poses, we help to nourish, to nurture, and to restore the vitality of our organs. And this helps with our overall sense of well-being. So as we go through each pose, I'll name which meridian we're going to be boosting for each pose. So it might be helpful to grab some blankets or even towels or cushions or anything that you have lying around. So these help us to get into a deeper yoga pose and to relax more deeply. And so find something comfortable to wear, find a quiet place, and then let's get started. So we'll start with our butterfly pose. So for this pose, we can sit with our legs in front of us and the soles of the feet together. So the soles of the feet can start to draw towards the hips, but leave some space between the heels and the hips. So about 2 hand lengths space between. And then sit up straight, feel that your spine is lengthening, and keeping this length, gradually start to move forward. And so if you already feel some tightness here, it can be good to take some of your props, like your blanket or your cushions, and to sit up on them. So this helps with the pelvis tilt. Lift your pelvis up and help the pelvis to tilt forward. If you feel that your knees are quite far off the floor, or if you feel any discomfort in the knees, again, take some of your cushions, your blankets, and bring them underneath your thighs. So we're using that to prop up. So you can just improvise with whatever you have lying around. And then again, once you feel comfortable in the body, straighten up your spine and gradually start to lengthen forward. And then gradually, you might start to come forward so that you can rest your head in your hands. And there'll be a gentle curve now in the lower back. So we'll be staying here for a few minutes, so make sure that you feel comfortable in this pose. If you feel any discomfort or any restriction, make sure that you're sitting up on enough cushions or that you have enough support underneath your thighs. Allow your breathing to be deep and slow. So in this pose, we're externally rotating the hips. We're flexing the spine. We're stretching the hamstrings and the quadriceps. And of course, we're relaxing the body. So as you start to feel more comfortable, you might take another prop, like another cushion or even the chair in front of you, and see if you can relax your forehead down. And this helps to relax the entire system. So this pose is stimulating the liver, the kidney, the gallbladder, and the bladder. can keep your mind in the present moment. Either focus on physical sensations, focus on the breath, and you can use the breath to find ease in the body. If there's any area, perhaps the hips or back, that feel tight, as you inhale, visualize or imagine that the breath comes in through the nose and fills up that area, filling it with space, ease. And as you breathe out, allow the exhale to be deep and slow, giving you a sense of ease in your body. And slowly start to come all the way back up. Nice and slow, coming all the way back up, fully seated. And gently remove your props. Stay mindful as you move, gently supporting your knees to come all the way back to the center. And we'll take our props to the side and then come to lie flat on the front of your body. So bring your shoulders and the elbows directly underneath the shoulders and plant the palms down. So we're coming into our Sphinx pose. So press the forearms and the palms into the floor and lift up the chest and the head. So this is opening up the heart and also a gentle stretch of the lower back, the lumbar spine. So this is supporting the stomach and the spleen, the bladder, the gallbladder, and the liver meridians. So feel the pose nurturing, restoring, and healing your internal organs. Keep pressing your palms and your forearms into the floor to lift the chest and also strengthening the arms. Keep your mind in the present moment, either by focusing on the physical sensations that you experience in your body, or by focusing on the rise and fall of the breath. And gently release the pose, lowering the body down and using your arms, the strength of your arms, to transition back through all fours and then coming back to sit. So for the next pose, we're going to bring the legs nice and wide. So we want the knees to be about as wide as the mat, and then behind you, the feet about as wide as the mat as well. So we start on our hands and knees, bring the knees as wide as the mat, and then flex the feet. So we want to have a right angle between the thigh and the shin. And then bring your knees as wide as you can. So this is going to be a really deep stretch in the hips here. And then with the knees as wide, as far apart from each other as they can, start to lower your body down. So we ease our chest, our heart, our head towards the floor. So this is a really deep external rotation of the hips. And it's quite a strong stretch, so really take care of yourself here. So if you need to, you can reach for your blankets or for your bolsters, and you can bring them underneath your knees. You can also bring a bolster or something like that if you have one, and bring it underneath your chest to support your chest. So this is more of a restorative pose. So this is known as frog or wide-legged child's pose. It does a lot of really good things for the body, so opening up the hips, releasing. Also stimulating the liver, the kidney, the stomach, the spleen, and the gallbladder. So see if you can allow the pose to do the work and just focus on the breath. So even when it's a strong stretch, still breathe deeply. As you stay longer in the pose, you might notice more opening or more intensity. Whatever's happening in the body, keep breathing. And it may start to come all the way back up. Again, bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders, coming up as slowly as you came in, starting to bring your legs all the way back together, removing your props. So we're going to come into our caterpillar pose next. So for this pose, the legs are out straight. And again, if you feel any tightness here, any compression in your lower back, you can sit up on some blocks or on some cushions. So this extra lift helps to tilt your pelvis forward. And if you feel like too much intensity in the hamstrings here, you can also bring a cushion or a towel or whatever prop you have underneath your knees. So this helps it to be a little bit more nourishing and more restoring. Keep your feet flexed and sit up tall, bringing your hands just in front of your hips. And focus on the breath. And if you feel comfortable here, you can experiment with lengthening forward, starting to introduce a gentle curve in the lower back, maybe even bringing your hands forward. But make sure that you don't compromise this slow and deep breath. If this becomes too much, again, you can straighten back up, straightening and lengthening the spine. So just explore the possibilities here in your own body. Focus on your breath. So this pose is really good for the kidneys, and the spleen, and the stomach meridians. Nurturing, restoring your vitality. You might like to rest your head on your hands or on a cushion. And then focus on your breath or on physical sensations. You might use your breath to make ease in the body. So if you feel a strong stretch in the hamstrings, imagine that as you breathe in through the nose, the breath goes all the way down to the hamstrings and fills up each cell with fresh new oxygen, creating space and ease. And each exhale, you relax a little bit deeper. and gently, gradually start to make your way all the way back up. So then we'll come into our final relaxation pose, our Shavasana pose. So for this pose, bring your body a little bit forward and bring the cushion underneath your legs. So it's nice to have at least one cushion, if not 2 or 3 underneath your legs, and have something for your head as well. So we can lie back down into our Shavasana position. So this is a really essential position for our yoga practice. It helps us to restore, to refresh, to ground, and also helps us to get the most of whatever practice that we've done so far. So it helps our body to integrate and our mind to really resonate, feel the resonation of the poses in our body. So set yourself up. Maybe get a blanket for the front of your body too, if it's feeling a little bit cold. Often our body gets quite cold. And then start to lie all the way back down. If you have anything that you'd like to cover your eyes with, like a sandbag or a cushion, you can bring that over your eyes. Just allow your body to soften into the floor. Allow the pose to do the work, helping you to ground more into the parasympathetic nervous system. And allow each muscle, each cell to relax and soften into the earth. And then scan the body, starting with the back of the head. Just notice the weight of the back of the head on the mat. And the crown of the head, and the forehead, the eyes, cheeks, jaw, softening, relaxing. The shoulders, arms, all the way to your fingertips. A softening and easing. Upper back and lower back. Chest and abdomen. Hips and pelvis. Easing and softening into the earth. The legs, ankles, feet, all the way to the toes are soft and heavy and relaxed. Your entire body is completely relaxed. And gradually start to reintroduce movement. So move your fingers, move your toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles. And take a big stretch, like you just woke up in the morning from the tips of your toes all the way to the fingertips. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And relax. Rolling over onto one side. And then gently pressing up and coming up into a comfortable seated position. Setting yourself up on your cushion. And ready to begin your meditation.